Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
2 children are in the hospital. A man is dead after a police pursuit ends in a crash over the weekend. We'll give you the latest information just released.
Losing a seat. The census data is in, and it's not good news for the state of Illinois.
Plus, giving back in the name of Loki. Local students help the Boone County Sheriff's Department.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. The Rockford man allegedly killed by a fleeing suspect over the weekend has been identified. He's
43-year-old Raymond Jackson. Police say Devontae Flint caused the crash. The 27-year-old is still in the hospital but is in custody. He is expected to be okay. This happened just before 5 Sunday. Investigators say Rockford police scope officers tried to stop Flint's car with stop sticks. He was reportedly able to evade those and fled. About a mile later, police say he hit the car driven by Jackson at Harrison and 9th Street. A 2-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy were also in the car. Both are still in the hospital. No word on their conditions. The Winnebago-Boone County Integrity Task Force is investigating the crash. Rockford police have a vehicle pursuit policy.
It outlines what should be done before, after, and during pursuit. Alexis Carpel has been going over that policy. Alexis, what can you tell us?
Well, Eric and Mimi, Rockford police just updated their pursuit policy this February. In the 10-page policy, it discusses forcible stop techniques. One is using stop sticks, which are pursuit termination devices, like officers used in yesterday's crash. Rockford police policy requires officers to decide whether to initiate a pursuit by considering the seriousness of the offense, information about the suspect, and other information. We know that the deadly crash took place a mile after stop sticks were used, resulting in the death of a 43-year-old male. This death isn't the only crash that resulted from a police pursuit. In 2014, a Boone County police pursuit that entered Winnebago County resulted in the killing of a Rockford attorney. Now, I'm still looking into and comparing other state line police department pursuit policies, and will provide an update tonight on Eyewitness News. Eric?
Thanks, Alexis. We'll see you then. Police need your help trying to find a man they say robbed a Rockford drugstore. This happened Friday night just before 9:30 at the Kishwaukee Street Walgreens. According to employees, this man entered the store, walked up to a cashier, and announced it was a robbery. The suspect implied he had a weapon. He got away with cash and some other items. If you have any information, call Rockford Police or Crime Stoppers.
The state of Illinois will have one less representative roaming the halls of Capitol Hill after the first set of 2020 census numbers are released. Illinois will now have 17 congressional seats for the next 10 years. State lawmakers are in the process of drawing new legislative maps. Those new maps will determine which district is eliminated. It's the second census in Illinois in a row that Illinois has lost a district. Governor J.B. Pritzker says it's a trend that needs to end.
Over a decade, we've lost population. We've got to turn that around. We did the best that we could in counting people in the state of Illinois, better than any of the other large states in the country.
In all, 13 states lost seats. Texas saw the biggest gains, picking up 2.
The rate of COVID infections drops in our area. Right now, the 7-day positivity rate sits at 5.4%. Last Monday, it was 7. 124 patients are in Region 1 hospitals. That's down slightly. But the number of intensive care beds available remains at 15%. It's been hovering right around that number for 11 days. In order to move into the next phase of reopening, ICU availability needs to be at 20% or higher. Millions of Americans are skipping their second vaccine dose. The CDC says 5 million people haven't gone back for a second shot. That's about 8% of those who got either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. Locally, 1% of Pfizer and 4% of Moderna patients aren't following up. The Winnebago County Health Department's working on ways for people to feel less hesitant.
We are all working to figure out how do we get that next group of individuals who have not vaccinated yet, because I've got to get those numbers down. If I want to get, 70-80% of my population vaccinated, less chance to vary, how do I get them there? Because we want to fully open up.
Tomorrow, the Health Department will hold a walk-in COVID clinic at the former Kmart on Sandy Hollow in Rockford. It's open from noon to 4 for anyone 16 and older.
President Biden is reportedly planning to announce new guidelines for wearing masks. The president will outline updated recommendations from the CDC tomorrow on whether vaccinated people need to wear masks outdoors. The CDC currently says those who've been fully vaccinated should still wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart from others when gathering with unvaccinated people. Biden's chief medical advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, also hinted yesterday that changes are coming.
A local nonprofit looks back on a year heavily impacted by the pandemic as the agency kicks off an annual effort.
YMCA of Rock River Valley played a critical role for many people as they worked through COVID. Michelle Rave spoke with administrators. Michelle, they say the Y's impact was felt more than ever this past year.
Many nonprofits were impacted by the COVID pandemic. The YMCA was no exception, but they were able to rise through the challenges and help the community when the need was at its highest.
We take care of more kids in this community than any other child care provider. And those kids need the care and assistance and the financial assistance sometimes that comes along with that.
The COVID-19 pandemic forced the YMCA to shut its doors for a few months last year.
We were always able to offer some kind of community support. So that included everything from childcare for the children of essential workers, and that was at a number of different, 3 or 4 different locations.
Michelle Gorham with the YMCA of the Rock River Valley says they also provide food.
So during the pandemic, we were able to serve 50,000 meals to families in need in our community. And now that we're open again, we have childcare at our Children's Learning Center off of North Rockton Avenue. And that serves, if I'm not mistaken, just over 100 kids every single day.
Gorham says during these difficult times, they realized how significant the need is.
You know, when we were doing food delivery, I think that was one of the places that our team would come back and say, you know, these people came today and picked up food and they were so grateful and made a comment like, I've never had to do this before.
Every dollar donated to the Y helps a child or a local family who wants to use the YMCA programs but doesn't have the resources.
I think anything we can do to get people access to the Y, access to those family activities, access to a little bit more movement, healthy food, nutrition, information, the better off we'll be as a whole community.
To find more information about where you can donate, you can find that on mystateline.com. Eric.
Thank you, Michelle. A local sheriff's office canine unit gets some help from grade school students. Boone County recognized kids from Lincoln Elementary in Belvedere and Rockford Christian. Lincoln students collected coins and brought in more than $1,400. Student teacher Emily Ashens organized the effort. Dylan Edel and Jacob Hatton are 5th graders at Rockford Christian. They say the recent death of canine Loki inspired them to take action.
We had a leadership project for our school, and we heard about the canine dog incident, so we decided to raise money for the Boone County Sheriff's Office. We feel pretty happy that we were able to help the Sheriff's Office.
Dylan and Jacob raised more than $350 for the department.
A historic program will bring help for millions of kids facing food insecurity over the summer.
Coming up, there's hope. The aid for families will also give a boost to an economy hit hard by the pandemic.
Rockford Police have a new sergeant within its ranks. Coming up at 6, we'll introduce you to the department's newest sergeant following in the footsteps of family.
Temperature is quite warm for us this afternoon. In fact, the warmest day we felt so far this month and year. Find out if tomorrow could top that coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Sports Director Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
The U.S. Agriculture Department announces the largest summer food program in the country's history.
The program is expected to feed more than 30 million low-income children. Our Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has more as he keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
Monday, the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced the summer food program expected to feed more than 34 million low-income students.
They can buy additional fruits and vegetables and other good things for their kids to eat, and they can have the peace of mind of knowing that they're taking care of their family through the summer.
Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack says the program will provide families about $375 per child to buy food while kids are out of school in the summer.
It creates a continuity of nutrition, if you will, throughout the entire year, so that when that student goes back to school, they're ready to learn.
The USDA estimates that nearly 12 million children lived in a household that did not have enough food to eat at some point in the pandemic.
Well, this is an opportunity for parents not to have to deal with that stress, not to have to deal with that concern that they have about whether or not their child is being adequately fed.
Vilsack hopes the program also boosts the economy.
If more product is being sold at the grocery stores, that means those folks working at the grocery store have better job security.
The program is only set for 2021. The Agriculture Department says Congress would need to pass further legislation to make the summer food program permanent. In Washington, Rashad Hudson.
We actually hit the 80s today.
That felt great. It was beautiful outside, maybe a little windy, and there is some rain on the way. When we come back, Candice times it all out for us in your forecast.
And later in sports, a popular former Ice Hogs faces the reality that he didn't want to face too soon.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
Well, it has definitely been a windy one. While we've had a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon, temperatures have been quite warm, but it's also come at a price. Those strong southerly winds. A live look with our Mercy House Sky Track camera now out of the Poplar Grove Airport. We've got a couple of cumulus clouds popping up, and we'll hang on to that partly cloudy sky. We'll stay dry here as we go through the night tonight. But the big story outside of that temperature, making it into the low 80s today, not quite record warmth, but not that far away from it either, has been the wind. Check out some of these wind gusts, close to 45 miles per hour in DeKalb, 41 mile per hour wind gust in Rockford, 36 in Freeport, decreasing a little bit back further off to the west, and we'll see those numbers come down a bit here this evening, but it is still going to remain rather breezy during the overnight tonight. Temperature sits at 81 in Rockford, 80 in Rochelle, 76 in Freeport, and 78 our current temperature now in Monroe. Weather Watcher numbers sitting at 78 degrees for Ken in Belvedere, 79 in South Beloit, Mike checking in Forston, 79, and 81 degrees for Bob here on the southeast end of Rockford. We've had a couple of clouds move in as a warm front actually sits just to the north of us in Wisconsin, and by looking at our regional temperatures, you can tell where that warm front sits. You've got 70s, close to 80s, warming right up just a little bit into southern Wisconsin, 85 in Des Moines. In fact, low 90s out across the Central Plains. Now, not going to get quite that warm tomorrow, but that warm front should stay to our north during the day tomorrow. So another day where we see the 80s return again. Now, the reason why it's been so windy, we've actually had a pretty significant pressure fall out ahead of an area of low pressure back over the Central Plains. That's indicated kind of by this darker or brighter pink coloring, I should say, kind of focused here from Chicago, southern Great Lakes, and then on the eastern end. That's where we're actually having pressure rapidly fall. And wind is a difference in pressure, so between high pressure and low pressure. So as our pressure rapidly falls, it allows that wind to pick up. We'll slowly see that move a little bit more to the east, so that'll ease up on some of those strong wind gusts here this evening. But still, we have about a 25 mile per hour wind gust through about midnight, coming down a little bit early tomorrow. But winds tomorrow afternoon expected 25 to even 30 miles per hour once again. So a couple of windy days coming up. As far as the rainfall, that looks to stay fairly low, at least through tonight and for most of the day tomorrow. Now, as we get to about 9-10 o'clock this evening, some of those clouds we see a little bit more to the northwest might produce a sprinkle or two, but that would be it. Skies expected to stay partly cloudy tonight. Temperatures actually in the lower 60s, so not that far off from where our high temperatures should be for this time of year. And with that milder start tomorrow, it'll springboard us back into the 70s and the low 80s tomorrow afternoon. The only caveat we would have to watch is the placement of that warm front. Now watch what happens during the day tomorrow. Showers, thunderstorms likely to the north of us along that front. If those are able to push any outflow boundaries southward, that could dip that temperature down. If not, then we're going to be well into the mid 80s tomorrow afternoon. But that front will fall a little bit more south tomorrow night. Showers, thunderstorms expected to increase by about 9-10 o'clock tomorrow evening. Some of those will remain into Wednesday, but the higher risk for any heavier rainfall and stronger thunderstorms right now on Wednesday looks to stay mostly to our south. So tonight down to 62 degrees. keep the windows open if you're not suffering too much from those allergies. A lot of that pollen getting kicked up with those strong winds. 85 for tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, storm chance that'll arrive late as our winds continue to gust in from the southwest at about 30 miles per hour. 72 on Wednesday. A couple of those showers will linger into Thursday. You see numbers dip just a little bit, but by the upcoming weekend and early next week, back into the 70s.
We'll take that win for an 80-degree day. It felt good. Thanks, Candice.
Scott's in next to talk sports. Former Ice Hog and Chicago Blackhawk makes the announcement he dreaded making.
And Scott has some final thoughts on the high school football season and the one team that would have given anything for a shot at the playoffs.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
The Blackhawks have lost another key guy from their Stanley Cup run a decade ago. Andrew Shaw now has retired because he suffered multiple concussions. He's following the advice of his doctors. Shaw's last concussion came in early February when he took an elbow to the head in a game against Dallas. He had sat out all last season after sustaining a nasty concussion in November of 2019. There have been other concussions along the way. The concussions were not unexpected considering Shaw's physical style of play. He was always putting his body on the line, always playing on the edge, he says. That was the style he needed to play to be successful. That style also endeared him to his teammates and coaches, even going back to his Ice Hogs days in 2011 through 2013. They knew Shaw would give them everything he had. Some young players now on the Ice Hogs look up to Shaw and try to emulate that style. Sadly, at the age of 29, Shaw won't be playing anymore. And the 6-week high school football season is now behind us. It was bumpy at times, but we still saw some great football. If there's one team in our area that could have contended for a state championship in a normal season with playoffs, it is Akron. That's right, the Bulldogs went 6-0 and blew out every opponent they faced, except for Dupeck in the opener. Quarterback Will Gustafson might be the best player in NUIC history. He made a case for that again this past Saturday night at Rockford Christian when he ran for more than 230 yards and 4 touchdowns, while also passing for 2 touchdowns and returning a punt for a touchdown. I'm not sure there's a defense at the 1A level that could stop the Bulldogs. Akron's a really deep, well-rounded team, not simply a one-man show. This year produced the best local group of receivers I've ever seen. Harlem's Dominic McCarron and Dezion Jordan, Freeport's Kyrie Shirley, DeKalb's Toriano Tate, Akron's Ben Carlson and Andrew Bowman, Dupeck's Trey Stifter and Gabe Howard, and Rockford's Christian's Isaiah Johnson were all phenomenal. They made acrobatic catches look routine. Great year for them. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Warning interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Our skies have stayed dry, but it's been windy today. The good news, winds will come down just a little while we still have some winds peaking at around 40 to 45 miles per hour still at this evening. But winds will still stay breezy tonight, so we don't completely get rid of that wind. Might be a good night if you are able to open up the window. 62 degrees. That's our overnight low temperatures. Will stay dry. Now, not going to rule out maybe a sprinkle across far northwest Illinois later tonight, about 9-10 o'clock. Just as we see a little disturbance kind of ripple on through, but that would be it. Back into the 80s tomorrow, though. Showers, thunderstorms will increase by tomorrow night.
80s are wonderful.
Thanks, Candice. Stay safe.